our presenter's Derek May. He was in the 1996 US Olympic trials as a gymnast himself. Apart from that, he's actually performed with Cirque du Soleil. So absolutely fantastic. He's also done a lot of presenting in Western Australia, was on boards there, and currently he coaches at the Victorian Women's High Performance Centre. Could we give him a round of applause, and I look forward to this workshop.
First of all, this is Abby. She is an international, the ILP 9, and she has competed ILP 8, which is the old level 8 routines at national clubs. She's also second place at national championships last year. Second place? Yeah. Second place, yes. Second place last year. So she's going to be the demonstrator today, and we haven't really done some of these things, so I'm going to actually base this whole clinic on practical. I do have a PowerPoint presentation, but it looked like most of you guys wanted to sit over here. So spent 2 hours doing that, but it's okay. The other thing I want to say is that there are so many awesome coaches here in Australia, and I'm just one idea. Okay, so my ideas are, I don't ever think, are the only ideas that are out there. So pick what's best for you, pick what's best for your gymnast, and remember that each gymnast is individual, so they might learn differently. So don't just get stuck on one idea that you're going to try to teach all of your gymnasts the same way. I've noticed that through my career that if I get headstrong and I say, this is the way I taught this kid and I'm going to do it this way for everyone else, it doesn't work very well like that. And then you're just frustrated and you can't get anything done. First thing that we're going to do is, in order to do any of these tricks, you have to have a good foundation of strength for your core, back, arms, all that stuff. And I want to take you through some of the things that we're doing for our core strength. Okay? So Abby's going to come over here, and we're going to start on the balance beam. The reason why we use the balance beam to do our core strength is because not only is it balance that you have to do, but it's stabilizing. Okay? So if you do this on the floor, it's much easier. Okay? So go ahead and get up here and let's do the first exercise. Okay, so what we do is we have each of these beams will represent an exercise, okay, that we're going to do. And this first one is all for core stability, abs. It really trains kind of everything. So the first exercise is V-snaps, okay? So they'll do 30 seconds of V-snaps on the beam, okay? We're going around them. We don't let them do this by themselves, okay? We're standing right there, telling them exactly where to push, where to pull, what to feel, and that's fine. And then next exercise, going to the next beam, is front support, okay? Again, 30 seconds, head down, ears between the arms, good tight legs, pointed toes, core switched on, nice rounded back, okay? Next exercise, 30 seconds. Crunchies, okay? So same thing, but she's tucking her knees this time. But really, if you got anybody else up here probably doing this, they'd be falling off from side to side. So she's really strong in her core muscles. So yeah, we do this all the time for our conditioning. Okay, next one. Alternating, same thing. She has to stay balanced, 30 seconds, and that's enough. She has to stay balanced, and the next thing, on the ground. Oh, the mat. Okay, then we do the mat. Just do 1, 2. So we put the mat over the beam. Megan's much better at this stuff than I am, okay? And she just kicks over. Holds her legs. They're all partnered up. And hands behind their head, clasping their hands, and they go right to the dish. Go to dish, right to there. They don't want to swing through the bottom and down. I don't like them because what will happen is they'll try to use their momentum to swing down and hit the mat and bounce themselves back up. But that's why we're here right next to them, telling them this is not the time where we go get a coffee or go to the toilet. We are monitoring them faithfully, religiously. Okay. Next thing is on the ground. So she'll do just a hold position. 30 seconds. Remember, we have probably 18 kids in our group, 9 between Megan and 9 between myself. And then the next thing is just down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. And then what I'm trying to get her to do is not wiggle, so that she's trying to stay really tight and really straight. It's not fast, just keeping everything as straight as she possibly can, not to wiggle. Okay, and then done. It's hard. I know when I go to clinics and I see the clinicians bringing their best kids to the clinics, it's really frustrating to go back to your gym and expect your kids to do the same things. So I'm aware of that. It's not easy what she's doing. Those exercises are not going to look like that on all your gymnasts. So just be prepared, and it takes time, it takes consistency, making sure that they're doing it religiously. Every single time that I change the conditioning circuit, I make sure that there are certain things that we never change. Okay? And every 8 weeks I change the conditioning circuit because that's a cycle. And after that cycle, they usually start to get used to whatever your strength and conditioning is, so you have to change it out. Just little things like adding weight or doing it on the beam instead of on the ground, you know, different positions. Yeah. So those are some of the core stuff that we do. Over here, come on over. First thing we're going to start with is the underswing. Obviously, if we're starting with a beginner, you need to make sure that they understand dish hold. They need to understand the shape that they need to be, the front support shape. You're not going to just chuck a kid, level 1, national kid, up on the bar and say, okay, go ahead and drop backwards. So they need to know certain things on the ground before they get up on the bars. So the first thing I would do if I was teaching this for the first time is have Abby come over here and just show me dish hold. And you know she can already do it, but dish hold, good, making sure that she's strong, and if I push her back, she's gonna rock nice and keep everything one segment, okay, not 2 segments, okay, and come on up. Then I put her in a front support and make sure she understands this front support, good, pushing down, she's pushing back, good, she's strong enough, okay. Now I bring her over to the bars and just pull over. I'd make sure she understands what a good front support is on the bar, okay? What she's going to do here, and she's tight, she's got straight arms, and she understands that. The next thing I would do is I would just have her feel what it feels like to drop back and keep her hips on the bar, just like that. Okay, and then come down. Okay, and now I'd have her try that by herself with a little less spot, and drop. Good. Good. Okay. Good. Some other exercises I like are just legs up to the bar. So legs up to the bar and then holding this position. Okay, just so that they're strong enough to hold that position. And also this kip action where they go from here and push up now. Up and down and up. Good. Just strengthening. Okay, just some strengthening stuff. Okay, now, just for time's sake, because I don't think this is the most important thing of this clinic, would you say this is, or would you say the clear hip and the layout's more important? I'm not going to do the boxes and all this landing on top of here. I'll just tell you what I would usually do. First thing I would do is I'd have some boxes here and I'd have them go up and then just land on their back. Okay? So when I think of this drill, I think of it the same drill that I would do to do toe shoot to high bar. Okay? So, or a hiccup. I don't know what else you guys call it here. the transitioning between the high bar and the low bar, or low bar and the high bar. And I would do the same drills. So the undershoot, land on your back, nice and tight, okay? Then when she can achieve that, then you take those away, and obviously you can spot to her feet, okay? You also need to make sure that she's got good landing, understanding of landing, so little things like jumping off boxes. So come up here. And just jump off, good landing technique. Arms, good, okay? Head up, chin up, good landing, okay? We'll just do one. I don't even know if she's ever done this before. So we're just gonna go like a hiccup action and land on your feet. I'll just hold on to you, okay? Go ahead. No, just undershoot, under and up. Good, okay? So you wanna make sure that the action is up and then flip, okay? The other thing that I teach when I'm teaching the hiccup, and this is for a hiccup, not for the undershoot, but it can still help, is the Shishinova. So it just gets them to learn how to turn over, okay? So try it again. Let's see if you can do it with straight legs. Just go jump, straight legs. Up and straight legs, yeah, okay? So it's basically the same action up and to turn over, okay? So get up here, front support. So as they're coming down, just pike, pike. They do that? Yeah, okay. So basically, I'm gonna help on that with the clear hip as well, okay? But go ahead and get back up there. So this is why this part right here is really important when she's falling backwards. When she's falling backwards, how to hold her body close to the bar, okay? And holding that position. Plus, this is really important as well. Now, she's really strong, so she can do that, okay? So if you don't have that, what happens is you pike down, you don't get a swing up, and then they can't swing backwards, okay? Okay, let's just do maybe that on the high bar. I'll stand on a box and just show them the underswing, swing back. Okay. Go ahead and stand up. I'm really a lot about safety as well, so even though I probably know she could do this stuff by herself, I'm still gonna stand here and make sure that I have her wrist, just in case she like wants to peel off backwards. And underswing, and up, and back. Good, and down. That's what you're talking about. Okay, yeah. So the swinging up, the pulling back, and then the big tap. Okay, let's do it one more time. I know it's kind of scary, but when you go up, just make sure that your hands are enough around the bar. Okay, and go up. Good, push away. Good, and swing, and down. Good. Okay, so what I told her is I said, make sure that she has her wrists around the bar. Because if they don't, and their hands are like this, and they get a really good swing, the next thing that's going to happen is they're going to peel off in the back. So they got to be told. Don't just assume that they'll know, because they won't. And I would tell them 100 times, every single time, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, and make sure their hands are around. Yeah.